Five Nights at Freddy's Plus, one of the many games associated with the Fazbear Fanverse initiative, was undoubtedly one of the most hyped up Fnaf fan games in the humanity's history. It promised a fulfilling reimagining of the original Fnaf experience like nobody had ever done before, and it looked like it was gonna be absolutely fantastic. 3 years down the road, though, we find ourselves at quite an unfortunate, unforeseen outcome, so that raises a question. What happened? On August 27, 2020, Scott Goughton made a post on r/Five Nights at Freddy's announcing the Fazbear Fanverse initiative. This was Scott's way to fund the continued creation of the fan game universes that he enjoyed, and at the end of the lineup was Fnaf, slated to bring a remake/reimagining of the original Five Nights at Freddy's. The more ceremonious announcement of Fnaf Plus was done that same day, as the official Twitter account for the project would make itself known with this tweet. Right away, people were hyped. The idea of a developer with this much skill recreating the magic that the very first Fnaf brought to so many people was certainly an enticing idea. A few weeks later, Fnaf would begin releasing short films similar in style to analog horror on the official Fnaf Plus channel. Ultimately, 7 of these videos were made over time and were slowly revealing more of the things we could expect to see in the final game, such as a new map, layout, new character designs, and even potential new gameplay mechanics. Throughout all this, many assets were also revealed through the Twitter account. Once we get to February, Fnaf would post a Fnaf Plus FAQ that clarified a lot of things people may have been wondering. It also served as a way to update the state of the game even by February 2nd of 2022. The base game's features were fully playable, and it just needed time for extra features, graphical polish, and more. In June, the Twitter account was host to a development showcase, and getting to see the game in action had people more excited than ever. According to the state of the game messages, the game's final visuals were prepared around this time. Then, the game finally received a proper trailer to announce the ability to wishlist the game on Steam, and the final state of the game message said that they were working on music, ambience, and other things you'd expect near the end of a game's development, such as controller support and subtitling. It seemed like Fnaf Plus was just about ready to be released into the world. Well, Fnaf Plus got removed from the Steam store. So what happened? It's no secret to the majority of the community that the game's developer, Fnaf, has expressed loud and clear that he is not a fan of modern Five Nights at Freddy's, and it has contributed to him and many other people with similar feelings to gradually lose interest in the game as a whole. Not only that, but the actual development for Fnaf Plus has been really quiet and under wraps for the most part, even since the beginning. So it wasn't that surprising that at this point, nearly a third of the game's development time has been spent with little to no publicly shown progress. Funnily enough, this long gap between info even led to a pretty mediocre fan-made recreation of Fnaf Plus blowing up on the internet. It blew up to such an extent that the search results for Fnaf Plus were actually given it priority. Finally, all of that leads us to the events that happened just recently. As many of you know, Fnaf was wrapped up in a Twitter controversy not too long ago. The main takeaway from that controversy is that it resulted in Fnaf being entirely removed from the Fazbear Fanverse initiative, as well as Fnaf Plus' Steam page being either deleted or hidden from the public. We have no idea what's going to happen to the game. Now, for all we know, it may be lost media. I don't really feel that the things that transpired during this controversy warranted Fnaf's removal from the fanverse at all. It is true that he has an abrasive online personality and is ridiculously standoffish and frequently spoken. his mind with little care for how it affected the strangers around him. The results of the situation are no doubt influenced by this behavior, but I feel that the outcome is significantly disproportionate to the consequences that those involved in the controversy experience. When you act like Fnaf and put up a front to everyone else to act toxic and not care what people think of you, whether or not it's super negative, it works out at the first, because hey, if you don't care what people think, then nothing that they think matters. But as soon as something controversial happens and something bad comes of it, everyone is glad to see you gone. Then, just like that, he loses 3 years of hard work that everyone was looking forward to so much. Isn't that just kind of depressing? It's not the right way to go about doing things like this. In my opinion, obviously, right now is a troubled time in the Fnaf community, where it can be really easy to take an easy route in saying stupid stuff. That kind of attitude is exactly what gets us here in the first place. If we instead use this as an opportunity to learn, all of us, maybe we can prevent this from happening again, if that makes sense. I don't know. Understand that he responded poorly to something that should have been treated with tact and sense, and I do think that he made a mistake. But did he really need to lose his legacy over that mistake? I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.